I'm Andrea.
Today we're going to make goat cheese ravioli with hazelnut and sage butter sauce. Also going to make an arugula and pistachio salad with a magical lemon dressing. And we're going to make caramelized onions.
Wow.
The first thing that we're going to start is caramelized onions. Have you guys made caramelized onions before?
Never.
Okay.
I think I have, but they were definitely burnt.
We'll try not to do that this time.
Okay.
I love cooking caramelized onions and just the smell that it has in the house. And I'm kind of known for, if anybody walks in the house, there's usually caramelized onions happening. And if we're cooking Italian food, which we are today, usually a glass of red wine.
Oh,
I can help with that.
Okay.
That's how I like to cook.
Okay, well, Andrea gets the red wine. We will find our onions. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little kitchen trick that I learned in cooking school, which is when you're using a cutting board, if you want to just take a little wet piece of paper towel or a cloth and put that under your cutting board, then it won't shift around too much.
That's a really good tip.
Yeah.
Who's your ice cat? First things first.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cooking school dropout. Great. So pick up your knife. It's better to, I try to follow this rule, but this really helps to guide the knife. So you hold it and then put your finger like that. This hand is really the most important.
Okay.
So when you're grabbing something, you want to protect your thumb and then make a wall with your fingers here.
Oh.
So you're not sticking them out and going like this,
Okay.
putting them against a wall of your fingers.
Okay.
So we're going to start by just chopping the end, just a tiny bit of the end.
Cool. I feel like I'm a 2-year-old now.
Well, this is the hardest part because it's rolling around, so it'll get easier. We're just chopping the ends off.
All right.
A sharp knife is better, more dangerous, but for your fingers if you don't hold it properly. So I always save the ends of like basically every single vegetable I use if I think it's going to be good in the stock. And then I throw it in a bag and throw it in the freezer to make vegetable stock later. Okay. So we can just throw these aside for now and then I'll collect them afterwards. Okay, and now we're going to cut it in half. And so just take that first layer of skin off and you can throw everything in there.
You want to watch how to not do things? Look in this general direction.
Thanks. Okay, so now we'll start cutting. I just, I think Lauren B does it the same way. I don't dice it. I just kind of cut, I don't know, 1/4 inch, 8-inch strips, and I do along with the grain.
And is there, you know how you get tears in your eyes? I heard that if you keep your mouth open, the onion stuff goes into your mouth instead of into your eyes.
Try and bite it.
You have to cut your onion like this.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. These don't seem that strong, so. Okay, Liz.
Yeah. Oh God.
Where's your wall? Where's your wall and fingers?
Oh, I can't.
So just take your time. Take your time.
I feel like
Because then you can go way faster. In like a month, if you practice this, you'll be able to chop way faster.
Are you telling me to build a wall?
How does that feel, Liz?
It feels very safe.
Feel safe?
I feel very safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But awkward?
Awkward. It
Okay.
feels awkward. Yeah.
Well,
Feels like I have like
that
a
was
sock in my
fast. You're
hand.
already done.
Still working.
Throw a little, like about a tablespoon of olive oil in there.
Okay.
Not even. Maybe it's just a smooth, like a little bit of a smattering of oil.
Okay.
Like, A little bit more. Turn this on high.
Okay.
And so, actually, I'll do this because you're healing. So we're gonna do one more thing with the caramelized onion. So we've got a tablespoon of olive oil in here. We've got the element on high, and then I learned this from Lauren B. Just add some salt to get the onions sweating faster.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I think it's.
Lauren B adds beer.
Of course he does.
What happens next is we don't want to burn these or brown them.
They're definitely burnt.
So we just bring it up to temperature, and then we want to cool it right down. So let's not burn these. So next, this is pretty exciting. We are going to make our own pasta dough, our own ravioli dough. I'll put more in there. Okay, so what we need for our dough is double O flour. So double O flour is, this flour is from Italy. It's ground super fine. You can also use all-purpose flour, but this is kind of guaranteed you're going to get smooth, beautiful pasta dough. And if you're going to invest the time, double O is a little bit more expensive, but I find it worth it. And you can get it at most Italian markets. What we need is 300 grams, which is, we figured this out, right?
2 cups.
2 cups.
2 cups.
So we just measured this. I already know that it's 300 grams because Liz has already measured it out for me. You just need to add a little bit of salt, a teaspoon of salt. I think that's about a teaspoon in there. We're going to throw that into the food processor. So we've got 300 grams of double O flour in there. Now we have to add the wet ingredients. So if you don't have a food processor at home, you can do this all by hand, but we're just speeding up the process a little bit here. Otherwise, you would, if you're just doing it at home without a food processor, you've got a bowl, you've got your flour, and then we're going to add in the wet ingredients. So we need 2 full eggs.
Okay.
You wanna crack these eggs? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 2 full eggs in there. Now we're gonna add 3 egg yolks.
I'll take over the onions.
Okay. So, Liz, are you ready to do this?
Yeah. Okay, what do I
Have you
do?
done it before?
Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
it before. This is how I make sours.
Oh, right.
Yeah, whiskey sours.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay. I'm just gonna get some of the shell that's in there, but keep going.
Oops.
Separate another. Separate another egg, because we're gonna use about 3 yolks, I think. I'm gonna use my finger. And so now we're just gonna add about a tablespoon of water. Okay, I got us a little bit too high, but it's gonna be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to take all of our egg yolks and a bit of water and throw it in the food processor.
What?
That was really cool.
That's
Yeah.
how it's done, Anna?
Okay, so now is the super fun part, is kneading the dough. So Liz and I are going to knead the dough, but what are you going to do?
I'm going to spiralize a cucumber. Technically, it should be a zucchini. Because we don't have a zucchini, we're going to use a cucumber.
It's an innovative, creative experience.
Knead the dough, maybe spread that flour out a little bit more. So with kneading, you can never knead pasta dough too much, unlike bread dough. So I don't want to get too much flour, actually. Let's move some of it away.
Bread dough's needy.
But we need to knead it for at least 8 minutes. And if you're nervous about not kneading it enough, then we'll just do it for 12 minutes.
Just tell me what time. I need to know.
I need it for 8 minutes. We'll do 8 minutes. Okay. Do you want to turn down those onions and throw on a knob of butter?
One knob.
Look at that knob.
So is it turned right down?
It is. It's
Okay.
On low.
Perfect. Okay. So we're going to start kneading, and Andrea will be spiralizing beside us.
I don't know how to. I'm not
So
very
here's
needy.
the trick with kneading pasta dough. You don't want to fold things in half because
Okay.
it's not going to stay together very well. We don't want to have these seams. So what you do is you want to kind of have it in a ball shape, and then just knead with the butt of your hand. Is that what it is?
Yes, it is now.
Okay, so we also don't want to grab it with our fingers. We don't want to grab it from the bottom and pull it apart. See how it's being pulled apart like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to work for like a smooth,
Like, and then I
beautiful
flip
dough.
it?
What you want to do is just
Like, what's my end goal here? What
your
am I trying to
end
accomplish?
goal is like kind of what that looks like right now. which
Kind of
is
like Anna's. Right. Okay.
Okay, so and then pull it in.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're pulling it into the center.
Oh.
I don't know. Does this remind you of something?
No, not at all.
So we're gonna do this for 8 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you'll get really good at it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well,
How's it going back there, Andrea?
Good. Just spiralizing.
Oh, okay. Well, let's switch
Oh.
around. Let's see what Andrea's up to.
Spiralizing over heat. I'm not sure if it's always the best place, but we'll experiment.
Yeah. Coffee. We're going back to knead camp.
All right.
What is it doing? We're kind of mixing it all, or why does this need to happen?
I'm a cooking school dropout, so
Alright.
I didn't learn the science.
That was in the second semester.
I am thinking about everybody with all of their ailments and not being able to eat gluten or cheese, and this is not quite that meal.
So
but,
you should turn this on.
Well, here is the gluten-free version
Oh,
right
that's
there.
Cucumber.
Right.
it's not cucumber. Depends what they look like. Oh, 8 minutes is up. So mine's getting closer. It's like pretty smooth on the top, but there's still a little bumpy spot there. So I'm gonna keep going.
Mine.
Yours is getting pretty good.
Thanks, Anna.
I mean, I take it from the top, but
Now, a lot of people, I think, like, making pasta was a thing on COVID social media.
It's kind of, I think you graduate from sourdough to pasta.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, I had a pasta maker that cost like $10 that was in my cupboard for probably 5 years. And So I pulled it out because I pulled everything out of my cupboards. But what I was really enjoying making the past few months was like mushroom fillings and squash, but now we're kind of moving out of that season. We're just doing a quick and easy arugula and goat cheese coming up.
I love that this is quick and easy for Anna.
Okay, what do you think?
I don't know, Anna. It's more what you think.
Okay, we'll flip it over because that's what you're kind of looking
But the flip
at.
over side looks really good.
I think it looks really good. Like there's just this one little spot, but I think we
So
can,
the spot
we can move on.
The spot she's talking about, instead of it being really smooth, it looks like it's broken apart. Doesn't it?
So really important, we have to put this in a sealed bag. You don't want it to dry out, and then you just put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes.
Oh. And why? Or wait,
no.
that was semester 3.
And the first time I did it, I like the traditional way is to like put all of the flour in like inverted, like a bowl of flour,
Okay.
just on the counter, and then you put your eggs and your water inside, and it's like really romantic to do it that way, but
I fail to see
it
what's so
was,
romantic about that.
It's an egg volcano, and there's water everywhere.
Well, now we're getting somewhere.
So now we're gonna make the arugula goat cheese filling. So we're gonna chop about 4 cups of arugula.
How are the onions going, Andrea?
They have a nice sizzle going on.
Nice.
And they're looking nice and soft and buttery and 4 cups.
Okay, so I'll just show you what we want to get out of this, and then I'll let you chop the rest.
Okay.
So I kind of just roll it up so that I can make it fast, and then create the wall of the fingers, and then we just start chopping. And this is going to go in the pasta filling, so it needs to be pretty finely chopped. So then at the same time, we're going to get this goat cheese going. So we've measured about 200 grams of goat cheese, which is about 1.5 cups.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to throw that right in there.
Oh, okay.
Then we've got 40 grams of Parmesan cheese. So we've got just over 1/2 cup of Parmesan in here. While you're doing that, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of olive oil.
Did you notice that Andrea is wearing one of our most famous cooked DJs, Besos Rancheros?
Shout outs to Bezos.
Shout outs to Besos. When we have our next party, check them out. Find them on the lineup. Make sure you're there. It's an experience you don't want to miss.
So I'm just going to start mixing this up while I'm waiting for the last bit of arugula. Okay, so I think we can probably get started on our next project.
What's that?
Which is the sauce that's going to go on the pasta.
Okay.
Which we need some chopped up hazelnuts. So we just want to chop those up pretty rough, but they're going to be in a sauce, so you don't want it to like.
How do
Like
you
a
chop? Do you
ravioli.
squish it like garlic?
Let's see what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, that could work.
Just a couple
I mean,
cuts.
it's kind of the same, but
Do you chop them one by one?
it looks a little bit neater
Oh,
on the plate.
yeah.
I was picturing Anna tossing them in the air.
Yeah, that's what happens when the cameras are on.
So Liz is chopping about 1/2 cup of hazelnuts, 50 grams. What else is going to go in this butter sauce is 100 grams of butter, which is about 1/2 cup of butter.
You know who loves butter? Jenna, our staff
Aw,
kitchen
Jenna.
manager, who we all love and adore so much. Her nickname is the Butter Jen.
We're going to melt 100 grams of butter. We're going to brown it a little bit, so we're just going to prep this sauce for now until like we're ready to serve the dish. Here's 1/2 cup of butter right now.
All
You
right.
can just put that into a frying pan. The other thing that's going to go on this, just to create some more color for the dish, is about 12 cherry tomatoes. So I will cut those up. How's the onions, Andrea?
They are sizzling away. I think they like this heat better.
Add more butter and turn it down a tiny bit.
Okay.
All right.
Can you have too much butter in them?
Yeah, probably. Okay, so I'm just gonna start chopping the tomatoes in half. I'm just gonna take the little top off.
It's hard to build your wall of protection when you're chopping.
It's
hazelnuts.
really hard. I gave you a really challenging job, but I know you're up for it.
Thanks, Hannah. Thanks for believing in me.
Okay, well, actually, the next thing that we're doing is making a salad. So let's start making the salad dressing.
Sure.
Good job, Liz.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
I was kind of messy with my arugula. There's arugula everywhere. It's important to keep a clean working space.
It is. We're not quite doing that just because our studio is tight in here.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Definitely the case sometimes. I think it's working right now. And let's do two lemons.
Okay.
Lemon rind is the next. The salad's just going to be super simple. It's just going to be arugula. And we have about half a cup of pistachios, which we already ground up in the food processor. But you could chop them by hand if you don't have the food processor. And we're just going to use this jar. Mason jars are so useful in the kitchen. There was a lid to it at some point, which we'll definitely need.
I wish we had a smell cam. It smells so good in here right now.
I just thought that would be fun on a dance floor.
Yeah, we thought about doing that at one point.
We did. Imagine the smell of this lemon rind. It's like misting.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it with like a popcorn machine easily, but smell stage.
Yeah. Okay, so let's make this salad dressing.
All right.
So we've got this jar. We need a quarter cup of olive oil or grapeseed oil.
So sweet quarter cup, that's fine. Now we're going to put 2 teaspoons of lemon zest in there.
Okay.
And then we just need some lemon juice, Liz.
Oh,
We need
I know how to do that.
2 tablespoons of lemon.
So 2 teaspoons. This is how
Yeah. Do you think that was about like a
Oh, I didn't
teaspoon?
measure it.
2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, a little bit of salt and pepper. So we've got lemon juice, olive oil, Dijon mustard, and lemon zest and pepper in there. And do you want to put a little bit of salt in there?
Like a dash? So we can call
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's it, it's a dash. We'll just shake that up. You want to shake it?
You were doing a great job.
I think we should show the progress of onions. Delicious brown.
Those look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can turn them right down. They're pretty much done.
It's on low.
Okay. And I just thought I'd show my other favorite kitchen tool. So this is a mandolin. Super, super sharp. So I'm not letting Andrea use it. And it can just slice things really thin. So, and then it just looks prettier on top of that.
Oh, that is a good kitchen tool.
Yeah. And it's really good for carrots or really anything. And we'll have that ready as the garnish. And now we're going to make the pasta dough.
I'm excited about this.
Okay.
Should we reset this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we pause or should we just...
We can do it in post.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we're going to make the ravioli. we have a pasta roller. And I know not everybody has one. So Liz is going to roll out by hand while Andrea and I use the pasta roller. So I've got some semolina flour, which is coarser flour, which doesn't stick. We really want to make sure that the pasta doesn't stick to the counter. So you can just like liberally put this on the counter.
Wait, what is it?
This is semolina flour, but you're not going to use that.
Oh, right. Semolina.
Because so, for you,
Oh, right.
we have to roll this dough out really thin. So we'll probably be finished and show you how thin it needs to be.
Okay.
You're going to use the double O flour and then same with on your roll. You might need more flour, but yeah, don't put it all over the dough. Just put it on the.
So that's the regular flour.
That's the double O flour.
Right.
Yeah.
Double O.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
No. So what you want to do is kind of roll it out so it's going to stay one that way, one towards you. You can. If you can't, that's fine. Okay, no, that's good.
Okay.
So one and one. And flip it.
Quarter turn.
Yeah.
One.
So try to keep it in a circle.
Okay.
The pasta roller, has a whole bunch of different settings. So we're gonna set it at the widest setting. Through once, and then we want to have it in a good rectangle shape. And so we're just gonna do it a few more times at the one setting. Also, right now we have I started boiling our water, so it's ready to go for when the ravioli is ready to go. What we're trying to do is just get it into a uniform size. Can I have some of your flour then?
Sure.
Thanks.
How thin am I going? Like, am I?
Like, way thinner than that. So you're going to want to see it. It should be translucent enough that you can see your fingers.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is make it somewhat uniform.
That looks pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. So, what we're going to do is pass this through at one again.
Okay.
Setting one. This part is easy to do with just one person, and you can do it by yourself if you have to, but it's more fun and easier to do with two people. You'll see why.
Okay.
Okay, so this is obviously getting longer. I'm just trying to get this little seam out. So I'm just going to do it one more time at setting one. And then we're going to set it to setting two.
Ah,
Okay, so do you want to do the...
yeah, I'll do the winding.
Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Do two passes at each setting. How's it going, Liz?
Friends.
Okay, I just switched to 3, so let's
Alright.
go.
And did you put more flour on there?
I did, yeah, it was starting to stick.
And that was the 007.
007 flour.
Wow. It's so stretchy.
So that's pretty much thin enough. I might stretch it out a little bit more, just with my hands. So
Oops. Is that
so
bad?
I think I
Is
can
this
see my
extra
fingers
flour?
through there. Can you see?
I can see
Yeah.
your fingers through there. I can see your fingers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That looks
That's
nice.
even thinner. Oh, Liz, that's amazing.
Even thinner. You and your fancy roller.
semolina under there because once we start doing the filling, I don't want it to stick at all.
Or it's gonna break.
Okay, so let's fold this in half and need our ravioli stamp. So we've got a ravioli stamp. We don't need a
I
ravioli
wonder
stamp.
what that was. This
Yeah,
was
we
not
have one.
That is so cool.
Oh, I did it perfectly.
Oh.
We did it perfectly. We should start filling. So we've got the little stamp here. I've put, yeah, I think that's about good. It depends on how big your ravioli is going to be, but you definitely want enough room for you to be able to press it down. So, like, we don't want to overstuff the ravioli, otherwise they're going to spill out on top. Okay. So. So now what we're going to do is we've got our row of ravioli. I'm going to fold this over.
I see. Have I done too many?
Nope, we're good.
Because we've got
I
that
would
extra
stop.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay, stop there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
now what we're going to do
Yeah.
is make sure there's absolutely no air pockets. So because this is like quite wet, I'm not going to add any water to make it stick. If it's not sticking together, then we can add like a little dab of water to the edges
Oh, seal
and
it
make
in.
sure there's no air bubbles.
Like putting your kid to bed when you tuck in their legs and you tuck it in like a little sausage. Burrito.
And then start tucking around. And really don't want the air bubbles because that's when they explode in. Like, I just felt one. So then I had to like pinch the dough a little bit around it.
So I think what I can tell from doing this is that
It's okay.
you don't want to put too much in the middle, because when you put too much in the middle, it makes it go out too much to the sides. So keep your filling. Should we flour the plate?
I've got quite a bit of semolina. Yeah, like this guy is really full. I'm curious if he's gonna survive.
Mine are all too full, I think.
No, I think they'll be okay. So I'm so glad that you can do it with the rolling pin. I thought it would be way harder.
Yeah.
Although you are very strong.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, if we really had to, we could probably reuse this dough, but there's a lot of semolina on it, so.
Semolina.
I'm just finishing that off. I'm just gonna brown the butter that is gonna be our sauce for the pasta. Okay, so I've got it on high. It's already melted because the stovetop was hot. And I was supposed to brown this and not burn it. So let's hope that, right? So I'm just gonna, to brown the butter, just turn it up to high, and you just need to keep an eye on that. And those roasted nuts. I'm just gonna wrap chop that sage. And we're almost ready.
Wow. I can see the plate. It's kind of blown out, hard to see, but they look amazing.
I need to take a picture of that.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Shout out to Maren! Shout out to Maren! Actually, shout out to all the wives.
Yeah. Okay, so we're like minutes away from putting the ravioli in. So I'm just gonna mix the salad. And you definitely want to mix the salad towards the end, just so it doesn't get soggy. So I'm gonna put about 6 cups of arugula in there. And then we've got our half cup of pistachios. Just gonna sprinkle them over.
And is this a constant stir? Hannah? Is it
Yeah.
Constant stir.
It should only take about 2 minutes. The sage leaves will start getting brighter green.
Okay.
I think we're getting really close.
That smells so good already.
And what is this? This is sage hazelnut butter?
Yeah. So you just kind of want it coated on all of the leaves.
Anna, it's getting frothy.
Okay, I think we should
Alright.
pull it off. Wow, it's so frothy.
Okay.
Yeah, see it's browning a bit?
Yeah. Yeah, it's brown.
There it is. Yeah, and you didn't
Delicious. I
It
have to
smells
say.
amazing. Smell cam.
Smell cast.
So we've got that ready to go. At the end, we'll add the tomatoes to it. Whoa. And now we'll add the dressing. I'm just going to add half the dressing first and see what it looks like. So we've got our rolling boil going. We've got salt in here. So we're going to put this in for about 3 or 4 minutes. Some say 8 minutes, I think. It depends on the thickness of your pasta. So we'll just test it at about 4 minutes. Do you want to put on a timer? Sure. So some people say add oil to the water, but the Italians say don't because then the pasta sauce is not going to stick to your pasta properly. So I didn't add any oil. Okay, so I'm just turning this back up so we can get our boil back. Anyway, this looks pretty good.
Everything smells good.
1 minute 47 seconds left.
They really expand.
Yeah. Yes,
Surprising.
good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
good.
And then do we have a slotted spoon ready for serving those? Because we don't want to throw it into a colander because then they're going to stick together and then we'll lose.
Would this work?
That's perfect.
Okay. Close up.
Whoa, you just. I love it when Anna's just the boss. She grabbed it off my spoon with her bare hands. That's when you say, okay,
Taking care of business.
I'm just garnishing the salad with Parmesan and a little bit more pistachios. It's pretty much ready. Let's just say it's ready. So,
Do you want to just grab
so should we make a plate of your spiralized pasta as well?
Yes.
Oh!
So these are pretty filling. So I'm just gonna put 3 on each plate. Okay. So some of them are definitely. Because we lost some of our filling. So we're just gonna dress this up a little bit with our incredible sauce. That's perfect. So we've got the sage brown butter sauce here. We don't need much.
And so probably if you're trying this at home, because we're going to post this on, if you live somewhere, basecoast.ca for sure, and your pasta explodes, so did ours.
Check out these spiralized noodles.
Than the other ones. So I think it might have. Oh, she's just gonna add it right to it. Well, this is a new way to do things. So should we add the sage butter sauce to that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
How are we looking? Do we need anything else on here?
Oh, our wine.
Oh. I think these are yours.
And that's what else we're gonna do. Just a little bit.
Oh, that was great. This is so beautiful. We did it.
Thanks, Anna.
We've done so many things together over a decade of work together, but we have never made ravioli. Thanks, Anna. Thanks,
First
Anna.
and last time for everything.
Cheers.